You've got a document, a laptop, and a printer that's just sitting there. All you want is to turn that file on your screen into a real piece of paper. You hit print and crickets. The printer stares back, silent. Your laptop acts like the printer is a complete stranger. It's that maddening moment when a simple task suddenly becomes a technical puzzle, leaving you wondering, why does this have to be so hard? Tired of your laptop and printer acting like they've never met? You're in the right place. In this guide, I'm going to walk you through everything you need to know to get them talking, whether you're using a USB cable or going wireless. We'll cover the basic setup, knock out the most common errors, and get that document finally in your hands. Don't worry, we'll make it easy. By the end of this, you'll be printing like a pro every single time. Before we get our hands dirty, let's quickly look at the ways you can connect your printer. We'll cover 4 main methods today. We'll start with the most reliable wired options, the classic USB cable and the rock-solid Ethernet connection. Then we'll get into the freedom of wireless printing with standard Wi-Fi and a super useful trick called Wi-Fi Direct. We'll go through each one, step by step, starting with the absolute easiest. No matter your setup, there's a solution in here for you. First up, the USB connection. This is the most straightforward and dependable way to link a printer to your laptop. It creates a direct physical connection, so you don't need an internet network, and it's usually the fastest and most stable choice for printing at home. Your printer probably came with a USB cable that has a standard rectangular plug, USB-A, for your laptop, and a squarer plug, USB-B, for the printer. Let's get it set up. First, make sure your printer is plugged into a power outlet and switched on. Now, connect the square end of the cable to the printer and the rectangular end to an open USB port on your laptop. Most of the time, this is all you have to do. Modern systems like Windows and Mac OS are great at spotting new hardware. Your laptop should pop up a notification saying it's setting up a new device, and it will automatically find and install the software, called a driver, that it needs to talk to the printer. After a minute or two, you're ready to go. But what if nothing happens? Don't sweat it. Adding it manually is just as easy. On a Windows laptop, open your Start menu and go to Settings. From there, select Bluetooth and Devices, then Printers and Scanners. Note, on some newer Windows updates, this might be directly under Settings/Devices. At the top, you'll see a button that says Add Device. Click it. Windows will scan for connected printers, and your USB-connected printer should pop right up. Just select it, click Add Device, and you're done. If it's still not found, there's one more trick. On that same screen, click Add Manually. You'll want to pick the last option, add a local printer or network printer with manual settings. On the next screen, choose Use an existing port, and look for one labeled USB 001 or similar. This tells the computer exactly where to look, forcing it to see the printer you plugged in. Honestly, the USB method is as plug-and-play as it gets, and the best place to start if you're having any issues. Now for our second wired method, the Ethernet connection. This is less common for a single laptop, but is the gold standard in offices or for anyone sharing a printer across multiple computers. Plugging your printer directly into your internet router makes it fast, incredibly reliable, and available to any computer on your network. The setup is a little more involved than USB, but totally manageable. First, grab a standard Ethernet cable. Plug one end into the Ethernet port on your printer and the other into a spare LAN port on your router. Power on the printer and give it a minute. Your router will assign it a unique network address, known as an IP address. To find this address, the easiest way is to use your printer's own menu. Look through the settings for a Network or Setup section and find an option to Print a Network Configuration page. This sheet has a bunch of technical info, but all you need is the IP address or IPv4 address. It'll be a series of numbers like 192.168.1.5. Got it? Great. Head back to your laptop. Go to Settings, Bluetooth and Devices, and Printers and Scanners. Click Add Device. Sometimes Windows is smart enough to find the printer on the network automatically. If so, just click to add it. If not, that IP address is your golden ticket. Click Add Manually and choose Add a Printer using an IP address or host name. On the next screen, change the device type to TCP/IP device. Now type that IP address from your printout into the host name or IP address box. Make sure the box to Query the printer and automatically select the driver is checked and click Next. Your computer will find the printer on the network and install it, giving you a super stable connection. This is the one everybody wants. A wireless connection gives you the freedom to print from anywhere in the house and lets laptops, phones, and tablets all share the same printer without a single cable. Getting this going is a two-step dance. First, we connect the printer to your Wi-Fi. Second, we introduce your laptop to the printer on that network. Let's start with the printer. Most modern wireless printers have a small screen. Use it to go into the settings and find a menu for network or Wi-Fi setup. There should be a Wi-Fi setup wizard that will scan for nearby networks. Find your home network's name and select it. Be sure to choose the exact same network your laptop is connected to. It'll then ask for your Wi-Fi password. Type it in carefully, they're case sensitive. Once you confirm, the printer will connect and you should see a little Wi-Fi icon on its screen turn solid blue or green. Now for your laptop. Here's the #1 rule of wireless printing. Your laptop and printer must be on the same Wi-Fi network. While it's not always a deal breaker, it's a great rule of thumb to have them on the same frequency band, like both on the 2.4G network, not one on 5G. This is especially true for older devices and can solve a lot of mysterious connection issues. Once you've confirmed they're on the same network, go to your Windows laptop settings, then Bluetooth and devices, and printers and scanners. Click Add Device. Your laptop will scan the network, and your printer's model name should appear. Just click it and hit Add Device. On a Mac, the process is similar. Go to System Preferences, Printers and Scanners, and click the plus button to add a network printer. If it doesn't show up, you can always fall back on the IP address trick from the Ethernet section. Just print that network configuration page to get its IP and add it manually. What if your router is too far away, or you're somewhere without a Wi-Fi network at all? For this, there's a clever feature called Wi-Fi Direct. Instead of connecting through a router, your printer creates its own mini Wi-Fi network, and your laptop connects directly to it. Think of it as a private handshake between your laptop and printer. To set it up, go into your printer's network settings and enable Wi-Fi Direct, or sometimes Wireless Direct. When you turn it on, the printer will show you a network name and a password. Now, on your laptop, click the Wi-Fi icon in your taskbar, and you should see the printer's Wi-Fi Direct name in your list of available networks. Select it, type in the password from the printer's screen, and connect. Your laptop is now talking directly to the printer. From there, you can add it in your settings just like any other printer and start printing. It's a fantastic backup plan. Troubleshooting common problems. All right, let's solve the issues that drive everyone crazy. First, my printer isn't showing up. If you're wired, double-check that the cable is plugged in snugly at both ends and the printer is on. For wireless, this almost always means your laptop and printer are on different networks. Go back and make sure the Wi-Fi name, SSID, is identical on both. And never underestimate the power of a simple restart. Rebooting your printer, laptop, and even your router can magically solve this. Second issue, driver is unavailable. This means your computer sees the printer but doesn't know how to speak its language. The best fix is to go straight to the source. Search for your printer manufacturer's website, like HP, Canon, or Epson, support, find their driver section, and search for your exact printer model. Download the latest driver for your operating system, like Windows 11, and run the installer. This is especially important for very old printers, as recent Windows updates may no longer support their original drivers. An up-to-date driver from the manufacturer's site is your best bet. Finally, the dreaded printer is offline status. First, check that the printer is on and its Wi-Fi light is solid. A quick restart often fixes this. If not, go to your laptop's printers and scanners settings, click on your printer, and select Open Print Queue. In the window that pops up, click the Printer menu and make sure Use Printer Offline is not checked. Sometimes a computer will mistakenly check this box, and unchecking it instantly brings the printer online. Okay, the connection is solid. Time for the moment of truth. Let's print something. Open any document you have, a Word file, a PDF, anything. Go to File and then Print, or just use the universal shortcut Control-P on Windows or Command-P on a Mac. A print dialog box will appear. This is your command center. The most important setting is the Printer drop-down menu, and make sure the printer you just installed is selected. Once you're ready, click Print. You should hear your printer whir to life, and in just a few seconds, you'll have your document. That's it. You've officially conquered the printer. And there you have it. No more tech headaches. You now know how to connect your printer with a USB cable, Ethernet, Wi-Fi, and even Wi-Fi Direct. You're armed with the knowledge to troubleshoot the most common problems all on your own. You've got this. If this guide helped you out, please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. And for more simple tech tutorials that get straight to the point, make sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and happy printing!